word for word. It is really time to renounce every sin. Turn away and never go back. Playing with the things of this world and allowing them to take up residence is not my will, nor will you have the blessed life I have ordained for you. Examine your heart. Check your thoughts and your behavior. Line up with my word, my will, and my way. Then all things will work together for good. That's the prerequisite, for working all things together for good. Get rid of all the judgments and the condemning words. You are called to love, not to judge. We judge sin, not people. Keep your spirit free and available for my grace and my mercy to saturate you and enlarge your territory. You don't want to live in a little tiny space. Come on, you want to be enlarged, increased for the glory of God. Now is your time to become my disciples to a world at its worst and show them an image at its best. I am leading you into holiness and purity. Turn from all evil and be free and be enlarged in love for my kingdom. Paul writes in Romans 6, verses 1 and 2, it says, are we to remain in sin in order that God's grace, favor, and mercy may multiply and overflow? Paul says, certainly not. You don't remain in sin because you got grace. Stupid. Certainly not. How, we who died to sin, were saved by grace, love in it any longer? Do you not know that if you continually surrender yourself to anyone to do his will, you are the slave of him whom you obey? Whether that is to be of sin, which leads to death, or to obedience, which leads to righteousness. You're a slave to whoever you yield to. Are you listening? God's grace is awesome and freeing and liberating, but it does not give us freedom to sin. A sinful lifestyle, knowing that we are not lining up with the word and the will and the ways of God. And we're thinking, well, I can go ahead and sin because all I have to do is ask forgiveness later. Excuse me, that's not the way it works. He is your pardon for sin, but you don't habitually sin. Okay, some of you really need to get that this morning. And I was real hesitant about giving this because you know me, I just want to love on you all the time, but I'm telling you, there's somebody that needs to get rid of some junk. And I'm loving you this morning. I am loving you this morning. Then all things will work together for good when you allow him to take your heart, and your mind, and your body. But not if you're leading a lifestyle of sin. And you know whether it's a whoops or if it's a lifestyle. Do not deceive yourself. Do not deceive yourself by habitually sinning, by a lifestyle of sinning, which leads to separation and death. But grow in the mercy and in the grace of God. It really is time to renounce sin. And I've been doing it in my life this week. I've got to admit that, because I've carried some stuffs, and it wasn't like I was going out and sinning, but it was heaviness. It was that I can't get over this, God. I'm not going to be able to get over this. God, I renounce this in the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I want to be pure and holy and free in your presence, Lord. If you're sinning and you know you're sinning, stop. Just stop. It's time, guys. It's time. Are you listening to me? Renounce. The dictionary says renounce. To give up, to cast off, to disown, to refuse further association with. Enlarge your territory. It's a good life. Don't miss it.